Okay, so Nikujaga, you're going to need uh, onion. I prefer regular onion. I'm using long grain onion because that's all I have right now. And my dad doesn't like strong onion flavor. But you'll need about half an onion, 1 carrot, and some potato. I would use 2 or maybe 3 whole potatoes, but I use the small ones because they hold up better in the dashi stock. And you can leave the skin on with these ones. I would just make little slit or a poke in them so they absorb the stock inside better. You're also gonna need some thin pork slices. I'm already pre-cooking mine. So yeah, thin pork or beef. I'm using pork today, but I prefer beef. I'm using pork because I have to use the rest from the jajangmyeon. And then you need a dashi. So I'm using niboshi dashi. You also need a konnyaku. So this is konnyaku, yam cake. So when you use this, take it out, rinse it off, and I'll show you how to cut it. But you're gonna want to boil this, or after you cut it, you're gonna want to boil it for about 5 minutes to get rid of the smell. Okay, so there's the konnyaku. Another popular version is the ito konnyaku, where they take the shirataki noodles. So this is shirataki pretty much just in a block form, where they take the shirataki noodles and use that instead. But I prefer this one. Also, if you made dashi, or if you have leftover soaked mushrooms, this is a good place to use them too. You will also need some peas, some snap peas, and we can use that for the nikujaga. Okay, so I'm cutting the konnyaku, and you're gonna want to score it like this on both sides. So it goes this way and this way, just so that way when you cut it up, it's easier to eat with chopsticks. So now you take a shot glass and you just kind of tear off chunks of it, like that. The whole cake. Just tear off little chunks or cut off little chunks like that. So there you go. Like that. Okay, so add about a tablespoon of oil to your pan. Once the pan heats up, I have mine on medium high again. That's a little too low. There you go, medium high. Once the pan heats up, add in your carrot and your potato and stir fry those for about, I would say 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so after stir frying, add your onion and your konnyaku and stir fry this for 1 minute or so. My heat is a bit too high, so I turned mine down to medium. It shouldn't be very, very hot. It should just kind of sizzle, not be this high. Okay, next add your meat and all of the juice on top. And then we're gonna add in dashi stock till it comes about halfway at the pot. Actually, until it submerges the vegetables, potato, onion, and carrot, and the konnyaku. Until it submerges those. I realize halfway up the pot, if your pot's really wide, it might be too much dashi. But yeah, so there you go. And then we are going to add sugar, sake, soy sauce, and mirin. Okay, so for mine, it depends on how sweet you want. You can always add more sugar, so I would start off low on sugar. So I put 3 tablespoons sugar, and yes, tablespoons this time. 3 tablespoons soy sauce and 3 tablespoons sake with 1 tablespoon mirin. If you want, you can put it a little more soy sauce to get it more savory. My dad kind of likes this dish more sweeter, so I put a little bit more of the. I put 3 tablespoons sugar, but me personally, I prefer 2 tablespoons sugar to like 2.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, or even 3 tablespoons soy sauce. Okay, so stir it around a little bit, kind of get everything submerged, and then we're gonna put our shiitake mushrooms on top. Okay, so after that, wet a paper towel and cover it. Then you're gonna add the lid on top, and you're gonna let it simmer for about um, 10 minutes ish, and come back, and then taste your broth. If you want to add more soy sauce, do so now, and then or more sugar or sake or mirin or whatever. So after you come back, after this simmer for 10 minutes, taste it and adjust your seasoning. Make sure to cover it too with a normal lid. Okay, after letting it simmer, take off the paper towel, taste your broth, and adjust your seasoning. I added 1 more tablespoon of soy sauce because my broth seemed to be lacking a little bit of flavor. So yeah. Okay, so after adjusting, leave it uncovered like this, or if you have too little broth, you can always cover it. But I'm gonna leave mine uncovered and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 more minutes on pretty low heat. Okay, give it a good mix after letting it simmer for about 10 more minutes. And then you're gonna let it simmer again for 10 more minutes. And then, yeah, then it should be done. Okay, so after this has been simmering, I'm going to cover and turn it off. You don't have to do this step, this is optional, but I like to let mine cool completely, so that way the broth has more time to absorb into the potatoes and the meat and everything like that. So this would take probably about 2 hours or so. Just let it cool to room temperature. Yeah. Okay, when you're reheating, bring up to a simmer. If you're using peeled potatoes, don't simmer this heavy. Bring it up slightly lower. You're gonna add in your snap peas on top. And I have some green onion that I'm gonna add on top too. Cover it for about a minute, and then it's done. Okay, and there's the Nikujaga. It's ready to be served. You would usually serve this in a bowl with some of the broth and yeah, and rice.